it's Sigrid, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my latest haul from Barnes & Noble. I had about an hour before closing to get as many books as I wanted. I actually came into the store for 3 books, and I ended up coming out with $250 worth of books. I was not expecting to do this. They had so many buy one get one free offers. Well, not buy one get one free, buy one get one half off offers. I couldn't. I made a lot of decisions today that yeah, it's a long list. So I'm just going to show you guys everything that I got today. Yeah, so if you're new to my channel, my name is Sigrid, and I do videos like this all the time. I love buying books. I love doing hauls. Yeah, so that's what this channel is about, me showcasing books, reviewing, all of that. So if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, please consider hitting the like button. So let's get started. I have 2 bags filled with books this time. So I'm just going to randomly pick them and yeah. So the first one I got is a book that I've heard quite a bit about from the romance community. This is actually like a fantasy romance, and I've just heard a lot about this book, and I'm like, I didn't know if I wanted to get it or not. And I actually was there on a date, so that happened. And the guy, I was like, should I get this book? And he actually like scanned the back, and I let him make the decision as to whether I got the book or not. And he said that it sounded interesting. And so I got the book. Okay, so next up, I actually got an entire series. I believe that this is the complete series of this book. So the first book is The City of Brass. This is by S.A. Chakraborty. This is another book series that I've heard quite a lot about. Like this is in everyone's top fantasy series. I don't know what it's about, but I feel like I need it. I need to have City of Brass. So the final book, I believe, was on sale, and so getting that, I was like, well, I don't have the first one, so I have to get the first one. So I ended up getting the entire series. The next book I got was Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jane Allen. This is another one that I've heard quite a lot about. People are like, you have to read this book. Are you guys seeing a theme here? Like, if people talk about it, I'm like, and I don't have it, I bought it today. So I don't know what it is about, but it's a short book, and it seems to be like really, I feel like I'm probably gonna like this. All right, so now we're about to get into my sale books. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a sucker for the buy one get one half off sales at Barnes & Noble. So I stacked up today. Like, there are so many of them, and I actually double checked that I got an even amount, because I would always like forget to like get one more, and so I'm not getting my half off book. So the first one was Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I just wanted to get the first one of this series to see if it's something that I want to read. I think it's a YA fantasy, but I've heard good stuff about it as well. The next sale book I got was The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. I think it's about mermaids. I love mermaids. That's like one of my favorite like fantasies, behind witches. Witches is my favorite. Mermaids probably up there. Like and if they're like evil or like not good, that's like my favorite. I like more of a gray character. I don't like someone who is just perfect. And I heard good stuff about The Beautiful, and I thought that it was time for me to check it out. And seeing it on sale was just kind of like solidified it for me. Okay, back to the original price books. This is actually one of the books that I went into the store for. I really wanted to get The Taking of Jake Livingston. I believe it came out last month in September, and I was just really into it. I heard that it's going to be gory. It's going to be something that's like YA that shouldn't be YA, and I was sold. I don't know what it's about. I know it's like horror, and it's probably going to be really messed up, and that's completely up my alley. So can't wait to read this and see what it's about. Next up, we have another book that I went into the store to get. This is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. This is another book that I've heard pretty good things about that just came out. I actually have the first book from this author. I haven't read it yet, so I'm really trusting you guys to give me good advice as to like whether it's going to be good or not, but it sounds good. Even the like cover just looks mysterious. Like, I want to know what's going on here. So I'm hoping that this book was worth it. Okay, so another book that I got was The Kingdom of Copper, and this is the second book, I believe, in the City of Brass. I think it's called Devabad trilogy. Yeah, so this was a spur of the moment kind of thing, and I'm really hoping that I like the series. I am the type of person to buy the entire series, and if I don't like it, I'll just either give it away to someone or I will sell the entire series. I don't like that waiting in between for the next book. I like to, if I like the first one, I like to instantly be able to pick up the second one so I don't have to wait. So I buy the entire series at my own risk. Okay, we are moving on to my second bag. I actually saw some, you guys, they had so many buy one, get one half off. Like at the end, once I like filled a bag up and I was like, okay, I think I might have gotten so many books. I went to the other side of the Barnes & Noble and it had romance books. I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're gonna take all of my monies today. Like I can't, I couldn't leave them in the store. Like, anyways, so here are some romance books. The first one I got is Talk Bookish to Me. This is by Kate Bromley. Isn't it pretty? Next up, we have a book that has been on my wish list for a while, and this is Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. I have been looking forward to this book. I actually like the first book in the series. I forgot what it's called. Fix Her Up. Fix Her Up, I really liked it, and I've had this on my wish list. I don't know. Next up, you guys, we have the final book. I believe this is the final book in the Devabad trilogy, and this is the sticker that started it all, because without this sticker, I probably would have just gotten the first book to see if I liked it. I think they did this on purpose because that was my reasoning. I can't get the last book of a series without getting the first one. If I'm gonna get those two, I might as well get the middle book. So you played me, Barnes & Noble, and I respect it. Next up, we have another book that people have been talking about in the romance community, and I want to read it. I want to know what it's about. This is called Twice Shy by Sarah Hoggle. I think I read a book from her called The Hating Game. I really loved it. I love this hate to love, kind of enemies to lovers kind of thing. And I'm just super excited about reading this. I don't know what it's about, but I'm super excited to see what this is about. It looks really short, and I tend to like my romances to be a little short. Okay, so next up, you guys, I was not going to get this at first because I haven't heard anything about it, but if you look, this is actually a signed edition. All of the other ones were not signed, and it's on sale. So I was like, I have to get this book. It's signed. Like, I couldn't just leave it there. And here is the signature. I'm so happy. Okay, so next up is another fantasy that people have been talking about. This has been on my wish list for the longest of time, since forever, I feel like, since I started this booktube thing. Everybody's talked about this book. Everybody is like, if you want good YA fantasy, you have to try this. I never had it. And so I saw that it is finally buy one, get one half off in Barnes & Noble, and I was like, you know what? Now is the time. So this is by N.K. Jemisin. I think that it is a YA fantasy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know it's fantasy, I just don't know if it's YA, and I'm super happy I was able to score this. Okay, so next up we have our first book that is kind of have mixed reviews. I've heard some good stuff about this, like it's been recommended in some people's like romance recommendations, but also a lot of people is like, I don't really like it. So I took a chance because it's on sale. Like normally I would not have looked twice, but it was on my wish list. I think the issue is that there's like a pregnancy in here, or a baby, if I understand correctly. So a lot of people don't like that trope, and I don't mind it. It's not something that bothers me. But this is by Sally Thorne. She's also the author of The Hating Game, which I really liked. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm gonna give her a chance. So the book was only about 7 books, so I don't regret it. Even if it's a bad book, I would just pass it on to someone else, and yeah, that would be it. All right, so next up we have another popular romance book that everyone is talking about, also by Sally Thorne. This is Second First Impressions. yeah, this, like, I was so excited. This has been on my wish list. A lot of these books have been on my backlog of things to purchase and my wish list on Amazon, and I finally was able to just see them on sale and get them for like a fraction of what I would get them for if I paid regular price. Okay, you guys, so another YA fantasy that is a first in a series. I just want to see what these series are. Like, if I get it and I read the first book and I don't like them, at least I got them on sale at a discounted rate. This is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I think that it's an older book series, but I originally heard about this from Emma Books, who is like one of my favorite booktubers, and it has been on my wish list for so long, and now I finally see it on sale. So great. And like original price, it's only $10.99. I love paperbacks because they tend to be cheaper than the hardcovers. Okay, so next up we have another book that was on sale that I've heard some good things about in the romance community. This is called Ship. I think this is like a shipwrecked romance. I'm not really sure. Maybe they're lost on an island. I could be wrong, but this is cool. And actually, they said that it's The Unhoneymooners meets The Hating Game, which are two of my favorite romances. So I feel like I'm probably gonna like this book. The next book that I got on sale was The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I feel like I got another book from her. Was she the author of The Beautiful? But anyways, I heard some pretty interesting things about this book as well. I believe that it's a first in a series, and I would rather get series books on sale if I could, just to cut down on the cost of getting the entire series. And once again, this was another book that was probably around $5 because it was the discounted book. So super excited about this, no regrets at all. And the last book I got is another YA fantasy. This is called Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know if this is part of the Raven Cycle, but I actually read the first book in the Raven Cycle, and I think that this is based off of one of the characters that I actually liked, that I found really interesting. So I don't know if I have to read the entire series before I read this, but I was told that I didn't. And when I saw it, I was like, you know what? This book has a hawk on the cover. Normally I wouldn't even like look twice at it because it looks kind of boring, but it's on sale and I've heard really great things about the series. And I know like sometimes fantasy can have like really boring book covers but be really interesting inside. So I'm hoping that that is the case. And I really like the character that I think that this is based on. So not mad at that. Okay, you guys, so that was my quick little book haul, quickish, I guess, of everything that I got today from Barnes & Noble. Yeah, I spent quite a bit, but I feel like I got a lot of good gems at an affordable price. So let me know if you guys have read any of these books, if you have any suggestions as to which ones I should read first. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for the video. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.